Hello and welcome to the second part of the robot modeling tutorial. Okay, first in the second part we made the head of the robot, which is this one, which is actually finished, and some of his body, this part in here, and in this part of the tutorial we're gonna continue modeling the hands and the legs of the robot. Okay, so let's get started. First I have a thing in here on the back that I want to model by now. It's kind of like a cylinder, so I'm gonna step my cursor to the center. Make sure you're in object mode, not edit mode, and add a circle. Okay, now rotate the circle 90 degrees along X and place it right here where this cylinder ends. Okay, scale it, translate it till about there. Now tab into edit mode and extrude it along Y till you cannot see that vertex anymore. It's inside the robot. Okay, now from side view it looks alright. It seems okay, but let's take a look at the back view. And we have something like a hole in there. Okay, so I'm gonna model that. I have selected this loop cut in here, and I'm gonna extrude it. So first press E, extrude, right click and scale it down till about there. Then extrude it again, right click and scale it down till about here. Oh, sorry, press right click. Okay, till about there. And then I'm gonna extrude it again, right click, and this time I'll press Alt M and collapse all of those vertices at the middle. Alright, so far it looks okay. I'm gonna go into face select mode. Alright, back view. And as you can see in here I've got 3 holes, but let's just make it a little bit more interesting, and we're gonna add more than 3 holes. Yeah. Alright, so perhaps could leave 3 spaces between them. Okay, so something like that. And now to side view, press E, extrude it back just a little bit, and pretty much that should do it. Alright, now I'm just gonna add a quick subdivision surface modifier, smooth shading, and just finish this mesh in here with some loop cuts. And just one loop cut for each of this one, because actually I don't actually know what's the purpose of this thing in here, but I guess it just makes it look better. So I'm just gonna leave them as smooth as they are. I'm not gonna sharpen them anymore. If you want, you can add some more loop cuts, let's just say in here, but I think that should do it. Okay, now back to our body, and we're gonna tab into edit mode, disable clipping, add the circle. Okay, now we're gonna select the left. Yeah, first I'm gonna hide this mesh. Okay, now select the left side of it, and oh sorry, actually you don't select anything, just select the circle in there and you take it to this side. We don't need half of it, we need it all. Okay, so we're gonna do that thing in there. I'm gonna start with that, so I'm gonna rotate it along x 90 degrees, scale it down till about there, yeah, about here. Also scale it down only along x till about that. Now if you want, you can unhide what we hid earlier into side view. We'll take it, yeah, take it till about here. We start from there. Alright, scale it down. Now extrude. In fact, first I'm gonna fill that face, so the extrusion will go a little bit faster. So I will press Y each time, or yeah, Z, whatever the X is. Now E again, scale it up. E and take it about here. E, scale it down. Yeah, about here. Then E again. E, scale it up. Extrude. Extrude again, scale it down. Then extrude it again, and we could have used some kind of mirror in there. Okay, but doesn't matter. I'm gonna add one loop in here at the middle. I'm just gonna make that work. Okay, now we have a hole in there. So for that, I just want to select 3 of my vertices from the top, 3 from the bottom. Fill up a face in there. Delete these 2 faces that were on there. And yeah, let's just see if we have some interior faces as well. Yeah, delete that face again. Seems like it didn't delete it the first time. Okay, now I'm gonna take this face. In fact, we need to join those. We need to join these 2 vertices, so we have a clean topology in there. Now I'm gonna select these 2 faces. Oh wait, did I just press F? Yeah, J, not F. Sorry, I think I pressed F. Now I'm gonna extrude that face back till about here. Alright, so now fill up these faces in here and let's check it. Okay, so this hole in here, if I can hide it, comes till about there. It's like it's really like a cut through the middle. So I just need to take this back more. I'm gonna select these 2. Back to vertex select mode, snap element to vertex, and I'm gonna snap this where these vertices are, which is in there. Okay, now I'm gonna delete this vertex, this one as well, and I'm gonna fill up the remaining faces in there. Same thing for the top. Alright, now I'm gonna select the right part of it Yeah, also select the one that is in there, but we're gonna press Shift L to deselect all the vertices that are linked to that mesh in there. And we're gonna delete these vertices in there, L to select these ones, duplicate them, and yeah, Ctrl Z. First we need to snap our cursor in here, and then we just duplicate this one, press period, and rotate this 90 or 180 degrees. Okay, now I'm gonna remove the doubles, so Ctrl V, remove doubles, remove 32 vertices, and this is done. So much. Yeah. Now we need one more thing in here. I'm gonna select just this circle in here, duplicate it, scale it down along Z, just a little bit maybe, rotate 90 degrees along Z, also press comma, and we're gonna make this cylinder in here. Okay, so it's something like that. One. Okay, so press F to fill that face and extrude it inward till it gets inside of the body, and then I can delete that face. I don't need that. Okay, now to the hand, I'm gonna select this circle again, duplicate it, rotate 90 degrees along X, and I'm gonna make it fit in here. Also from side view, which is 3, scale it along Y. Okay, yeah, as I was saying, this is a pretty skinny robot. Okay, so let's take a look. We actually need this to fit inside these two loops, so I'm gonna scale it down just a little bit more, and that should be just fine. Alright, now I can fill up that face, and I can extrude out the hand. Alright, about here. Here we make an extrusion and scale it down a little bit, and then we extrude it again, and again till about here, where we scale it up and move it into something like that. Then we extrude it again, and again scale it down. Also I'm gonna rotate this just a little bit so we fit it with the reference image. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna extrude it again, scale it up. Okay, something like this, maybe bring it up just a little bit, and now extrude again, rotate, scale it up. Okay, then extrude it again, yeah, till about here, let's just say, although I think we could have extruded till about there, but we're gonna make another loop to here. Okay, so something like that, then extrude it again, and they should be the hand about there, then again, and I'm gonna Yeah, I'm gonna collapse these vertices. If you want this to be not so pointy, you could have just scaled down that circle, not collapse those vertices, but I think this would look just as fine. Okay, now we need to do these fingers, or they're not actually fingers, fingers of the robot. Yeah, I'm gonna add well, just place my cursor somewhere in there, and I'm gonna add a plane. So I'll just make this from a plane object, which needs to be quite thin, or width, to have a width, large width, which maybe even thinner, to something like this, and a little bit smaller on the y-axis, which I think should do it. And I'm gonna place this inside. Okay, you can see that, and we're gonna extrude that those fingers out from it, so something like this. And I can hold down Ctrl and left click to make the extrusion faster. Okay, so it looks something like this so far. Yeah, I think it's okay. Just gonna select these two loop cuts now and cursor to selected. Should be alright. Gonna select that, duplicate that one. Now from top view I'm gonna press period and rotate it along the cursor. Yeah, so good so far. But I'm just gonna duplicate this one more time in here, one more time in here, and I think one more time should be just enough. 5 things. No. Could put one in there, but yeah, I'm gonna put one in there as well. In here. Alright, so we need to give those fingers a little bit of rotation. So I'm gonna select them all, press comma, and I can now rotate them just a little bit and replace them, put them in place. Okay, so it's something like this. That's how the finger looks, and that should do it. Alright, now the legs are almost the same as the hands. Yeah, almost. First I'm gonna grab this object in here. You can perhaps just rotate this just a little, make it look better, and I'll have that like really straight up. Okay, first I'm gonna duplicate this, and we need it in there. So I'm gonna rotate 90 degrees along Z, and as you can see in here in the back, it's just one, it's not two of these objects. So I'm gonna delete half of it, delete vertices, select what's left of it, and gonna take it, enable clipping, take it till they meet right there on the middle. Alright, great. Now I'm gonna place it right in here, rotate something like this, scale it up, Yeah, that should do it. Back view, take this out, make sure this fits in there, so this won't overlap that one. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna do for the neck, because you can see it very well, so that should be enough. Now we're gonna duplicate this again, grab it in here, perhaps rotate this quite a bit, scale it up. Okay, so let's take a look from side view. We need to hide this so we can actually see something. Okay, side view, and we can't actually see it from the hand in the background. Yeah, that that background was also inspired, but that should be alright. Gonna duplicate that circle. Okay, so this overlaps in the interior face, overlaps, how should I say that? It only meets this face, it doesn't meet like this face in here, so that should be alright. Alright, now I selected this circle, scale that down, rotate 90 degrees along X, and then we're gonna extrude the leg out from this circle. Okay, first gonna make a face in there. Okay, and again make sure it fits in there, and see it does. Take it inside. Okay, something like that, and we're gonna extrude this down. It seems too large. Oh, Control R. Okay, now I'm gonna just scale it down. Shift Z. So, yeah, that should do it. Let's check it. Scale it along Y, down just a little bit more. And great. Now I'm gonna extrude, right click, and scale it out just a little bit. I think that actually rhymed. Okay, took it about here. Extrude, scale it up. Oh, actually scale it down, not up. Sorry. Extrude again. Okay, and then again we're gonna make the how do you call this? Is it? I think it's knee. Yeah, knee, isn't it? Yeah. Scale that down. About here. Now extrude, scale that out or up, and I'm gonna almost finish this leg in here. Okay, so this looks fine from front view, but from side view it doesn't look so nice, so I'm gonna press Z and take the vertices back and just place them in there as it is needed. Okay, so you also need some rotation in here. take that back, take it just a little bit, then this one as well. This one comes in here, scale down along Y. Scale that down along Y. And rotate that. We should now have yeah, it looks better if you curve that leg a little, so if you look at it from the side it won't look so flat and boring and unrealistic. Okay, now I think that should be alright. And actually from this whole model I found that these foot or feet, or how you call them, this part in here was actually the most difficult to model. So I'm gonna put my cursor in here and add a circle, rotate 90 degrees, scale it down, and this is the way we're gonna do it. First I'm gonna start with a small circle. Alright, something like this. And then I'm gonna extrude out the parts from it. Okay, so scale that down maybe just a little bit more. Alright. Okay, something like that. Now I'm gonna extrude this. I'm gonna have, yeah, as you can see, just try to keep this line in here, that edge, try to keep it straight. Right, so E, and I'm gonna scale it up in here. Alright, now E again, bring it in there. Well, not so big. Okay, another extrusion in here. And just one more in here, and this is as far as we'll take this circle. Okay, so to make this whole part of the foot drill there, I'm gonna add a plane first and take this plane here at the back of the foot, yeah, about here. That should do it. Also, let's fit that from side view. Alright, now great, I'm gonna fill up this face in here. 3, and we want to delete all of those faces, vertices that are outside of foot that we don't need. And now I'm gonna select all of these bottom vertices that are left and scale along Z0, so make a flat surface. Also we could select these two vertices and snap it to there so they will be on the same height. Okay, now let's just fill up some faces in here. I'm using box select along with face, along with F to fill up the faces, and making some quad faces in here. Alright, great. Now we need to unite somehow these two meshes in here, so I'm just gonna count this. Just take a moment. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22. So it's 23 vertices, and we need 23 in here as well. Yeah, edge select, divide it only these three edges. Seems like that wouldn't work so fine, so back to vertex select mode. Oh, just need some maths right now. Okay, so what, 1 2 3 with the 4 1 there are 7. Alright, sorry about this boring and long method of doing this, but just think I'm gonna snap those in there. Okay, I need subdivide. Just dissolve that edge in there. It dissolved it all. Oh, come on. I'm actually pretty sure, don't know why, but I'm pretty sure there's a quicker way to doing this. Just doesn't come in my mind at this moment. Okay, so how much more do we need? Okay, let's just say this one comes in here, this one in there, this one in there. And yeah, just one more. And I think that should just be enough. Alright, now I'm gonna delete this face in here if I can. Since I cannot do that, I can just remain with all those vertices. So I'm gonna extrude it back for the moment, so I can delete that face in there. And I can now select this loop in here, this loop in here, and press Ctrl E, bridge to edge loops. They must have equal edge counts. Okay, let's just count them again. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 on this side, 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21. I actually think we need 2 more, so which one doesn't fit? Okay, this with those come in there. Oh right, we need one more in here. So divide that and this one. We don't care about this back face, we're not gonna use it anyway. Okay, now we should have equal numbers, but delete vertices. Okay, let's try it again now. Control E, bridge to edge loops, and yeah, it worked just well. Now I'm gonna, oh sorry, J not F, to fill up some of this, to join actually some of these vertices in here, which yeah, we could make this topology a little bit better if we would add a loop cut in here and in them, but just in a moment. Now we need some fixes in here, and so this should actually go a little bit faster. I'm gonna select all of this and separate it by selection. Yeah, I'll delete this mirror modifier and replace it with another. Yeah, probably asking why I deleted that. Okay, I'm gonna delete half of this mesh in here, so we currently have something like that. Well, first actually we need to do one more thing. Origin to geometry first, and then remove that half. So now this is how our mirror modifier looks, so we won't have to do the same thing for both sides. Okay, just gonna take this, and we need some manual boring, I guess you could say, modeling right now to make this round. So I'm just taking these vertices, back view as well, and just making a circle in here. I guess you could say we should use the to sphere tool, but it works this way as well. So that looks quite fine. Okay, great. Now I need just to fill those faces in there. I'm gonna apply the mirror modifier, remove doubles, and there were no doubles in there, but just to make sure. And we could now just fill up some of these faces, and you could leave it as it is if you want. That should be an n-gon face, but I'm gonna unite these two 2x2 vertices. Alright, and just clean up just a little bit this mesh. Yeah, I think that should do enough. This will be an n-gon, and the rest of it is a pretty clean topology. Now I'm just gonna select this, cursor to selected, and apply that mirror once again, or if you want, just join those two together. Ctrl J, and that should go back to our initial object. Okay, now I just need to extrude this again, scale that down to about there, and then extrude it again and take this inside the foot. Yeah, delete that face so it won't curve when we add the subdivision surface modifier. And yeah, that is enough. Great. Now, yeah, I think we're done. Yeah, that's it, we're done. We just need to add the subdivision surface modifier, check smooth shading, and just add some loop cuts, and we're done. Okay, now first we have some wrong side normals in here, wrong pointing normals I should say. So I select all the mesh and press Ctrl N. That's the shortcut for recalculating normals. Alright, now starting with edge loops, gonna start from the top. Something is not alright in here. Where it is, disable that, and we have one interior edge in here. Now from here to here. Oh, come on now. Yeah, delete that edge. Oh, one more in here, and now I think that is clean. Yeah, yep, that's okay. Now add a loop cut in here, and we're gonna start sharpening our mesh, our robot. Okay, one loop cut in here, and in here as well. Also need in here, and nope, not in here, but in here. So that looks pretty well. I think we could, if you find the time for this, just subdivide this, join these two with these two, and do the same thing in here. Subdivide this and that. It's gonna take them out a little bit. Yeah, J, oh, press H, J, J, and J. All right. Now going down, we definitely need one loop cut in here, one in here, all right, also one in here, in there, and if you like this just a little bit sharper, you could add one in here as well, and that looks just a little bit too much, so edge slide there, could add some detail. Okay, great. Now, depending whether you want this curved or not, you could add two edge loops, or if you don't want them sharp, you could not add. So depending, you like it like this or like this. In fact, I like it like that, so I'm gonna add two in here as well. That should be a little bit sharper. Okay, great. Now just gonna select this outer edge loop and extrude it so we won't have that that bad looking face in there. There's now one edge loop in here. I think I could have give you actually was to add these loop cuts before actually before duplicating this thing in here and using it for the neck and legs, but I guess I should have done that before. Okay, or I don't actually need a loop cut in here. Delete it. I just need to delete this face that we have in there, so now it won't be so rounded. You could add those in here and join those two as we did with the other one, or join these two. Alright, this is taking a while. And it seems my computer starts to run slowly, so I'm gonna continue with the arm. Okay, sharpen this, sharpen that. In here we need one, also in here, and maybe one in here. Okay, now I think we could add one in here as well. And we need one in there. And again, these loops should have been added before duplicating these objects. And in fact, I'm just gonna delete these and replace them again after I add some loop cuts in here. Okay, so we need this quite sharp, so it should add some loop cuts in there. Let's double G for some edge sliding, and this, and duplicate that and just rotate that to the, so it would fit that really good in there. Alright, one in here, and I could make 4, 5, yeah, 5 should do it. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, don't look so good because they have that weird rotation from the first one, so I'm gonna fix it just a little bit in here. Now we have something like that. Just making this look a little bit better than how they look currently. Okay, not so much. Something like this. And okay, just some adjustments. Could have made that before. And they don't look so good as they previously did, but we're gonna settle with what we have at the moment. If you wish, you could do it properly. Maybe you don't like these fingers, or how would you call them, and you want some others, and you can just model those in there. Alright, now to the leg we need some loops in here. Okay, my computer is slowing down pretty well right now, so I hope it won't crash. Alright, one in here, in there, and in there, and you could add two more in here and two more in here if you want that to be sharper. And again for the back, do some filling and join those. Okay, let's take a look at the legs. We need one in here. Perhaps even one in here. I think I'll grab it up just too much. Just basically you can take them as close as you want to the other loop, but don't overlap them. Make sure you don't have two vertices in the same place, because then it there will be some problems if you do that. It won't look well. Alright, almost done. And in here we need loops, so those extruding will actually see. Alright. In here we need more than extrusion. more than a loop cut, we need an extrusion. And we're gonna add one loop in here, so there will be a flat surface, and one more loop cut in here. And so we fix that ugly face, extrude, scale it down, and that should do it. Alright, so pretty much this is our finished robot. Okay, so mostly everything looks good except the fingers, which are not so well, but basically you got the point of how to model this robot, and that's what I wanted to show you, the process of modeling a robot. And you can take this process and use it for another robot if you wish, so maybe a better looking one. Okay, so this is the result from this tutorial. Thank you for watching and see you next time.